Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for joining for this last session of this Terraform and GitLab integration. This will be the last class of this entire course, and I'm hoping that you had learned all those concepts, and that will be helpful to your uh, like Terraform and GitLab integration journey. So that's okay. Uh, Let me start with the new topic. This is the extra topic which I'm taking, and this will be helping you to give some glimpse of your Kubernetes and Terraform integration. So I'm just hoping that you have already have a Kubernetes cluster. That is I'm created a EKS cluster. If you don't know about EKS or Kubernetes, that's okay, but those who know the Kubernetes, so this training is for them because they can able to integrate. But if you're not known to Kubernetes, so in future we will plan some plans of Kubernetes as well. But but let's say this topic is for those who know about Kubernetes, or if you know about basics of Kubernetes as well, that's okay. This will be really interesting. So I created an EKS cluster. How it will I have created? So I created this EKS cluster using ekctl command. ekctl create cluster, name my cluster 123. If you go on EKS cluster, and you will see 𝐰𝐢𝐥𝐥2. So this is your EKS cluster, and how you can connect to EKS cluster. So I will show you how to connect and how to perform this activity. So this is the entire EKS cluster. It's created and my region is ready in region EUWest2. Now this is okay, and what we'll do today, we will connect this EKS cluster in our local terminal. Local terminal means my this terminal. If you see, you can use CMD as well. I'm just using VS Code terminal. So how to connect? So just search for connect to EKS cluster. Go here, or you will find some this commands. AWS version, you should have AWS installed. AWS installed, and that's why it will be working then. So you should have this AWS install. How you can install it? You search for AWS CLI install on Windows or CentOS, or which you are using. So just use this command. Go here, and just they will tell you to install this on Windows. Just click on this, and one MSI will be downloaded. So as soon as you click, so this will be downloaded. I'm just cancelling this, and after installing this, the double click and then click on next, and it will be installed for you. This okay, and now what we'll do, we will use this AWS STS. This is for current identity, to verify the correct credential. Like if you have the credential, so it will verify the correct credential of your current identity. So this is your user ID, account, and ARN as a Amazon resource number of your IAM. Okay, so then what I will do, I will just use copy this command, and cluster name, my name is, I'm just trying to update my kubeconfig. Kubeconfig is one of the configuration file of your Kubernetes cluster that will helpful to like when you try to connect to the Kubernetes cluster, so you have to save configuration file of your Kubernetes in your local, and that is stored somewhere. Let me check. That is stored here. See, users myth in .q folder. Here it will store. I will show you how it looks. Config, open with notepad, So it looks like something this is my previous credential. This is my previous credential. So I will it will update here, like cluster. These are the different cluster I have used. So current context, if you see current context is this one, EU West 1, which I have created in EU West 1, that is Ireland region, and this is my EKS cluster. This is my EKS cluster. But currently my EKS cluster name is my cluster 123. Okay, my OS 123. So I will just use this name and go in my. I don't have to update directly here. Okay, I don't have to update here. Name will be this. I am updating using CLI update config and which region you are in. So I will say EU West 2. Okay, West 2. As soon as you hit enter, so it will automatically update the config file inside .q folder. So if you see see users Amit and then .q config folder. So if you come here now, so you will find that let me close this and let me open this again. Okay, so you will find somewhere current context is this one. Current context is EU West 2 and my cluster 123. Okay, this is okay. Like now it's connected to my Kubernetes cluster. So how we'll check? kubectl get nodes. So I have created 2 nodes of it. Okay, I have created 2 nodes of it, so it will show you 2 nodes which are ready in state. So I will show you how it works. Let's say what I will do, I will just create one pod. If you know about Kubernetes, so pod is one you can say a particular container. Okay, that not means container, it's a wrap of a container. So I'm just assuming that it's a container. So in Docker we create container. Same thing in Kubernetes, we create a wrapping of container, that is known as pod. kubectl create or let's say run pod, run my pod, open image, let's say nginx latest. Okay, this will be creating your pod. So I am running this command like manually, okay, manually means I'm just coming here and running kubectl is software. You can find it and install it in your system, but this is the manual process. Like there is no automation, there is nothing about infrastructure as a code. So that's why like it's we have to go here and try to run this manually. So I will check get pods. So if you see here, one pod will be created and it will be running state. I just use nginx image and running state. So that's okay. It's okay, like it's running now. But this is not my requirement. I'm showing you manual step. So what we can do, we can launch the same configuration, same pod using our Terraform. So Terraform will be helping you to build the infrastructure as a code, and then it will deploying your all the pods or any of the resources. Let's say pods, deployment services, ingress controller, everything. So that is the main purpose of today. Okay, so here if you see, we have run this command manually. So then it will be showing you you can check in which node it was created. Like we have 2 nodes in our EKS cluster. So in which node it is created, so we can mention -wide option. So it will be showing you in which node it is created. So one of the either node it is created. So if you see on this node is created. So let me, if you see you have 2 nodes, and in which nodes created, IP number 216. So 216 or no, not 126 IP they have created. This is the internal IP and this is your node IP, which will helping you to check, or you can say DNS name of your node. Okay, so That's okay. And the main purpose of using this one, I'm not going deep dive into Kubernetes because that is a separate topic. So I'm just hoping you that you got the requirement that we will create the same thing using let me delete this. We will create the same thing using our Terraform. So I just given you not given you, I just created, sorry, I just created one document that will be helping. Kubernetes deploy via Terraform. I'm just using this only. So in this here you will find everything about this Kubernetes deployment via Terraform. I just written, I think 2 days ago only. So I just using this for our last class. So you will get a clear picture of your Terraform and Kubernetes integration. So you will see that provider is your like same thing which we have mentioned. Provider will be AWS for configuring everything on AWS cloud. But here if you see, if you wanted to configure or if you wanted to deploy something, let's say pod or deployment or service inside the Kubernetes, so you will be able, you have to check the Kubernetes provider. You have to check the Kubernetes provider. So same thing, what I will do, I will create one file. I will create one file let's say provider.tf. okay, provider.tf. I will just come here and copy this. So here if you see .kubeconfig file, okay, .kubeconfig file. So this .kubeconfig file, this .kubeconfig file is important. Like you have to mention in your current directory, current here. So from where you will retrieve. So let me create one .kube folder first, or you can create you can create also config file directly. But I am just giving the file inside this .kube folder only, config. Now come here to your config, and I will just try to open using notepad. Copy the vol, remove this. Now if you see, my current context should be west2, this one. So I don't need this one, this because these are the separate cluster which I have deleted, but the files are already stored here, like the configuration files or configuration file of a Kubernetes of that particular cluster which is already deleted. So I stored here. So I will remove this because this is unnecessary, and this is the last one, or this is my last cluster, and which I am showing you. And the current context, these are the separate context of your cluster which I have already deleted. But let me check my EKS2. EKS2 is already here, and I will remove this. If you don't remove, that's okay, but it looks messy, and that's why I'm removing. And the current context means all the context which was there, okay, but which context you are using the current one, like sorry, which current context are you using, like which Kubernetes cluster you are using currently. So this is my cluster I'm using, EKS2, and my cluster name is my cluster 123. So current context means that one, and then respective information about your permission, like get token, everything they will perform you, and what commands you can perform. So that's the whole thing. It's also the same thing, like you have to, I can delete this because I don't wanted this. Users like name, okay, that's okay, save it. So here this is a small file I have just like when you try to create the first cluster, so this will be your small file, small configuration text inside your config file, inside this file. So because I have multiple clusters, so that's why it's showing you like this, but that's okay. Now what I will do, I will just try to tell to my provider that my config path of my Kubernetes configuration file is this one only. So here only .q folder and then this. Now let's go back to document again, and now what you wanted, like what you wanted. Now let's create a namespace. Namespace means, if you see kubectl get namespace or ns. So I don't have a namespace, I will be having only default one, and these namespaces we are already created by default. So already created by default. So you can find all the pods. Let's say get all hyphen get pods hyphen n, or let's say hyphen a. Hyphen a means all the namespaces. It will show you all the pods in all the namespace. So if you see here, this is your all the pods running, AWS node core, DNS, everything, which is a internal part or core part of your Kubernetes cluster. So you can say controller which tries to control the Kubernetes using these pods only. So every configuration installed in this pods only, or you can say not pods, you can say containers, if you don't getting the Kubernetes part. So what I will do, I just try to copy this and just try to mention some here namespace .tf and then paste it. Now this part is done. So I should have this namespace with this name. So currently it's not having, because if you see, I haven't applied. So what I will do, I will just try to run Terraform init, and then try to install the provider of your Kubernetes plugin. So if you see installing Kubernetes provider, so it will be, before we were using AWS, so it was installing AWS provider. Now we are using provider as a Kubernetes, so it will be installing Kubernetes provider. Okay, so it's done. So everything is done, and then Terraform plan. So it will be showing you that that which are the resources it will be creating. So it will create namespace. So what I will do, I will just run Terraform apply auto approve. So it will be creating one to add only. So currently I have only one to add, so it will be trying to add. If there is no or you can say if there is error in the configuration file, so it will not create, it will just show you the error. But if you see configuration file is valid, and that's why it's connected to the Kubernetes cluster and deployed here. So how you can check it? You can check using get ns. So you will find that now your new namespace is created, EKS Terraform demo. So it's created 18 seconds ago. So we haven't created, Terraform has created. We haven't created even CLI, Terraform has created. Now let's say create a deployment. I'm just showing you deployment, so you can able to refer. Let me create this deployment, and where you can find this file. So you just search for Kubernetes deploy Terraform. Just go here and just search for this. See, everything will be there. I just copy the same thing here for giving you a demo. So let me deploy.tf, save. Now this is okay. Namespace, I already told you that namespace will be the same which in this namespace. Like namespace, what is namespace? Namespace is a particular workspace. Like if you wanted to work on a particular workspace, so the same thing here. If you wanted to work on a particular namespace, so you have to give that particular namespace. So here I'm just giving that my deployment will be deployed in this particular namespace. So that's okay, and I'm using nginx image. Okay, and then that's okay. Now let me check Terraform plan. Okay, that's okay, and it will be adding one to add, that is a deployment. So if you see kubectl get deploy, nothing is there because I haven't created any deployment, or -n then this one, right? -n. Nothing is there because I haven't deployed anything. See, nothing is there in my before it was referring default namespace. Now it's referring to or checking into KTS Terraform demo namespace. So Terraform apply auto approve, and then it will be deploying this the whole resource. Okay, it's deploying. Okay, now I will see kubectl, or let me check. So if you see, 3 is added, 3 is there. Why 3 is there? Because I choose that the replica will be 3. Now replica will be 3, and then it's created 3. Now as soon as you delete one of the replica, get pods, three pods will be there. Now let me delete this. Let me delete one of the pod. Delete pod. I'm just showing you that how deployment works. As soon as you delete, it will try to start this pod again. So it will match the 3. If you see, 8 seconds ago it's running. Now it deleted, and then it's again it's running. So it will match with the replica which you have requested. That replica will be 3. So it will match with the replica, and then just try to deploy the same config, same number of pods there. So this is the power of your deployment. Now what I will do, if you wanted to scale automatically, now this scaling and scaling down I did manually. Like if you scale to 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 5 to again back to 3, so it is manually scalable. Now if you wanted to scale automatically, that is automatic scale, that is known as HPA, that is horizontal pod auto scaling, not vertically, horizontally. Like you have to create a different pod with the same CPU and RAM configuration, and then as soon as the load increases to a particular pod, then it will try to shift, means the load will be tried to shift to the other pod, and other pod will be created automatically. Depends on what you have given in the configuration. So I will just use the same thing. So I just created this HPA, that is horizontal pod auto scaling. Now this HPA, let me copy this. HPA.tf. So I'm if you see, I'm not creating all at a time. I just creating single by single, and then it will be working for you. So if you see, the name of the HPA will be this, and namespace which is this only. Now how will how your like which HPA will refer some deployment. HPA is only to check which deployment to be scaled up or scaled down. Okay, it will check the deployment only. Currently I'm in this example, it will scale the deployment only. So if you see, I just scaling target referred. So please refer this scale target, the version of API version v1. How v1? So if you go here and the deployment, so sorry, yes, API version will be v1, apps v1. So if you see API version, you will find somewhere it's there or not. So it's not there, but if you go to it should be there, because deployment is created on apps v1 only. Okay, doesn't matter, let's skip this. kind will be deployment. So if you see deployment, kind will be deployment, Kubernetes deployment, kind will be deployment. Kind means which resource you are targeting. So I'm targeting to deployment, which you have already created here, deployment. So and what is the name of the deployment? So my deploy. So my, I don't have my deploy, I have this name, Terraform EKS demo. This will label, sorry, no, the name will be this only, my deploy, the name of your deployment. So same only, and then this will be the deployment. Now what is the specification, like how much scaling you wanted. So minimum replica will be 5, means 5 pods will be created, and maximum till 16, because if there is change in, if there is change in CPU utilization, let's say if it's cross 80% of CPU utilization, so it will be just scaling up. Okay, so that is the whole thing. So if you get do plan again, then it will be showing you. Okay, so if you see want to add, okay, want to add, this is want to add, and then one added, sorry, not want to add, kubectl get, here not get pods, here you will see get HPA, so you will see minimum pod 5 and maximum pod 16. It's unknown target, we have to mention there, but it's not getting now. Replica 3, and then it's referencing to this deployment, get pods. So if you see, it started with this 5 deployment, and then if you increase some RAM or CPU, so it will automatically go to 6 or 7, or then maximum till 16. Okay, so this is the entire demo of your Kubernetes cluster, and then integration with your Terraform. Same thing, what you can do, you can integrate with your GitLab CI/CD, and then you can perform. So I'm not doing this because you already know GitLab, then you have to just mention Terraform apply and Terraform plan, Terraform init, the same step in the jobs, and then it will work. So that is a separate part. I shown you that the GitLab, how it works, and then how to create a particular pipeline with the different job steps. That is a separate one, but understanding this Kubernetes and all those things, that is separate topic altogether. So I just took this in the last class because you should be able to familiar with this, and if you get a chance in future, so you can able to understand how to, you can able to understand that how to use this Kubernetes with Terraform. Okay, there are separate ways also, like Helm you can use, or you kubectl commands, which I shown you, so that you can use to create a deploy or you can say create a deployment to you, or any other resource in Kubernetes. But Terraform is also one of the way to create the resources inside Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes cluster. So that's okay. Okay, so this is the all the things which I have shown you. But if you want to destroy, how you can do it, kubectl Terraform destroy, it will destroy all the things, and then nothing will be there. And but this config file is critical. You don't have to paste to your public repository, because this is critical and anyone can access, because every credential is stored in it. So you don't have to mention like certificates and everything is stored in this file only. So please take care of this file, because if someone will access this file, config file, from your, let's say you push to GitLab and it's public repository, so mistakenly if someone will access, so your entire cluster will access, so they can deploy everything there. So that is one thing. So please take care of that. And okay, now now if you check now, whether you have anything inside this. Sorry, I again destroyed. Get pods. You will not find any pods or any resource of a namespace. Okay, get pods, get ns, deleted. Everything will be deleted now, which I already deleted using the Terraform destroy command. So you will see there is no namespace of Kubernetes Terraform demo. So okay, that's okay now. Okay, so this is the end of the today's session, but hope you had liked this, the entire course of Terraform integration with your GitLab. If you have any queries, please reach out to me on my LinkedIn, and then you can find this beautiful okay, you can find this beautiful presentation of the whole article which I shown you. So if you go here down, so this one, okay, so you will find here and just click on this link. So we'll find here everything about what we have just discussed today. And okay, so everything you will see here, and the codes will be already there in GitHub as well as here only. So you will find everything like how I have done Terraform plan and everything, Terraform apply, then the resource which I've created. So you can come here and just search for different article as well. So you will find there okay, so that's okay. And if you wanted, visit this profile and then let me know if you have any query. But one thing I like to introduce now, because this training is over, so we have another sessions of AWS sessions. So if you come here and just hold on. So we are introducing, we from Future Techno India, I am co-founder, and Bobby Singh is founder of this Future Techno India. So Future Techno India is now launching AWS System Admin, Admin course, and this is the new full-fledged training of your AWS System Admin. So what we are trying to cover in this training, so the required job skills, what they need when you go and search in the market for your job. So Linux, Windows System Administrator, Cloud Administrator, AWS Cloud Administrator, AWS Administrator, System Administrator, and Virtualization Engineer, and DevOps Administrator. So these are different roles you will find after seeing this training. Okay, so then use cases of a system admin, you can see which are the use cases we'll be covering, or what are the use cases it is there. So use inventory on AWS System Manager feature, config to RDTR application configuration, and some system AWS System Manager provider parameter for storing and managing global configuration, managing EC2 instances to run without SSH access, and patching of your OS, and then scaling that. And the same thing you will find for Windows, maintenance Windows for both, which you have their own capabilities. But if you wanted more information, you can just choose between state manager and maintenance window. That is the description you will see. Features of your AWS system admin, you will see these are features, and command, state manager, compliance, app config, op center, incident manager, change manager, maintenance window, inventory, session manager, connect with ITSM, ITOM software. Okay, so using tools, we will be covering their Boto automation 3. Like Boto is one of the way to configure the resources to AWS. Similarly, what we are doing in Terraform, so the other way also. So Python, AWS, and Linux. So these are the required tools which we are covering in this full-fledged of AWS system admin training. and hopefully if you like this if you like this video, please subscribe this video, and soon we'll be starting this training uh, of your AWS system admin by Future Techno India, and it will be totally free and recorded session on YouTube, same as what we have or what we have delivered the session of your Terraform and GitLab integration. Now the trainer will be, I guess, let me check. So just I covered this. Okay, so this is a page what we'll be covering. So I just given you the overview. This is our page, futuretechnoindia.com training. If you come here, this is our page, and then welcome to Future Techno India and register for training. So you can just register here, register for free. You don't have to give anything. So just there is no fees. It's if totally free. Just enter the details and then register here. And okay, then topics will be covering: introduction to AWS and web server ports, security, compliance, everything like AWS artificial intelligence, partition, LVM, everything. This is a trainer, Bobby Singh, and the training time will be started from 20th August. 20th August means 20th August means on the somewhere you can check 20th August where it will be. 20th August means 20th Saturday and Sunday. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. weekend session, Saturday Sunday. Same what we discuss about this training of your Terraform and GitLab. So same in the same pace we'll be moving there. If you have any queries, just contact us on this mail, futuretechnoindia@, somewhere you will see. Contact, you can just message here, and then if you have any query. Okay, so that's okay. So see you there with the new trainer, with the new training. Okay, till then, take care and bye.